Welcome back to Look Good Tech. Let's get right to it. Today's review, I'm going to be doing a review on this little lens light over here, the Olympus M.Zuiko Digital 14 to 42 millimeter f3.5 to f5.6. Is it a good macro third lens, and how does it hold up? I've already got the 45 f1.8 12 to 50 millimeter Olympus, the Panasonic 25 f1.7, and none but not least the Sigma 16mm f1.4. So I decided to give this a go, see how it is for vlogging purposes, taking general photography pictures. Video wise, I've had it on now, owned it for approximately, I'd say, about 6 to 7 months. Here's my review on it. Certain things I'm going to be testing is the photography in daylight, low light, sharpness, and autofocus, and the same thing goes for video. I'm going to be testing out in daylight, low light, autofocus, and sharpness as well, and a couple of other things. Before I take this outside to review and show you what it can do, there's one thing that I had to mention with Olympus lenses that I've not seen with any other lens manufacturers, and that is that Olympus has quite a good selection of lenses, and they've got a selection of lenses for their older camera mounts, which is the 4/3. This here is the micro 4/3. So micro 4/3 is still popular, it's still going strong. Panasonic makes lenses for it, and again Olympus makes lenses, and a few third-party lens suppliers also, like Sigma, Viltrox, and so on and so forth. So micro 4/3 is good, no need to worry about it. However, 4/3 is kind of dying out. Only the people who own the older versions of Olympus cameras, they're on the 4/3 mount. That's it. So Olympus, what it did was, when the 4/3 mount came out, it made a whole selection of lenses for that mount, 4/3. When they moved over to micro 4/3, they made the exact same lenses with the exact same names, but they transferred them over to the micro 4/3 mount. Now here's where it gets confusing. I went online on eBay to purchase this lens, and there were many sellers who were putting down inaccurate descriptions. So lenses which were for the 4/3 mount, some sellers were putting down micro 4/3 when it clearly wasn't. And versions of this lens on eBay, some sellers were putting down 4/3 when it was micro 4/3. So a quick fix or a quick helping guide for you if you're purchasing this online used and you don't know what to look for, if you ask the seller to show you the back of the lens. So the back picture of the lens, it's got, when you look at the back of the lens, it's got gold connectors, gold pins. These are what go align with your camera. Now micro 4/3 has got 11 pins to it. Okay, it's got 11, and 4/3 has got 9 gold pins to it, 9 gold collectors. So if you're ever confused about which lens to purchase and you're not sure which one the seller has, or the same thing that happened to me, a seller can give an inaccurate description, make sure you see the back of the lens in the picture, and if it's got 9 gold connectors, it's a 4/3 mount, and if it's got 11 gold connectors, it's a micro 4/3 mount. So sorry about the little rant that went over at the start, but I had a problem, and some of you might as well, because I got really confused. They've got a lot of different versions of the 14 to 42 millimeter, and I think also the 9 to 18 millimeter Olympus, and maybe the 45 to 100 millimeter. Nonetheless, let's quickly get to the review, and let's start with the ergonomics part, don't we? Let's do that. So looking at the body, folks, it's a general cheap plastic lens. If you're looking for that metal body, top-notch quality, this is not going to be it. It's light. You can get it in black, you can get it in silver, but the whole body is plastic, and it's really lightweight too. I would say roughly, approximately, it comes in between 100 to 120 grams. That's it. Not that heavy. In fact, for a kit lens, is fairly decent. If you want something lighter than this, if you want something more compact than this that doesn't have that manual zoom range, then you might want to look at the Pancake 14 to 42 millimeter, and that's going to do you good as well. So if you're into traveling, you want to do vlogging, and you just want a really light setup, then you might want to look into the Pancake. However, that is more expensive than this. So let's get back to this lens. It's lightweight, it's plastic, nothing so special, nothing so spectacular, and I don't think it's even weather sealed. So let's move over now to the focal range. You've got 14 to 42 millimeter micro 4/3. That's going to be your 28 to 84 millimeter because of the 2x crop. As for the functionality of the lens, when it's in its closed form, you will have to open it up. So once you put this on your camera is going to let you know that the lens is closed. In order for the lens to work, you have to open it up. So then you just spin it. It's got a little lock button over here. You just have to spin that, and that's all it is. The lens opens up and it comes to its focal range of 14 to 42 millimeters. The manual zoom, again, it's nice, it's smooth. There's nothing wrong with the product that I have over here. Manual zoom as well works the way it's supposed to work. So everything about the lens, it's good. You know, build quality for the price is good. Manual zoom for the price, manual focus, everything is good, but it's got that cheap plastic quality feel to it, and it weighs approximately 100 to 120 grams. For the most part, on my Olympus camera over here, it's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't mind carrying it around. Good little travel lens. Again, if you don't mind the 3.5 minimum aperture over here, that's fine, no problem. As for the sharpness, the quality, the images that are produced from this lens, I'm gonna let you know right now, this is a terrific lens. The colors, the quality, the sharpness, the autofocus, both in video and photography, I loved it and I liked it, and I've owned it just going on close to 6 months now, and during this 6 months I've never had a problem with this lens. Would I recommend it to you? Hell yeah. Most part straight away, you know, you can see that the sharpness, the focus, I actually don't mind it. It's pretty good for me. It's decent. And remember, your autofocus is going to depend a lot on the camera device that you're using as well, not just on the lens. But one of the things that Olympus has in this lens over here is the MSC, and I think it stands for movies and still compatibility. What that does is it's got a very smooth autofocus that you don't hear the motor make noises. So far it's been so good. I don't have any trouble with it, and even making videos, there's nothing in my videos that comes through and it makes any noises. So if I just get something over here, if I just get this and go, the motors are pretty quiet, especially outside. Even indoors and outside, I don't get that little noise you hear of some lenses where they make the noise when they try to focus. I don't get that. So one of the good things about this lens is movies and still compatible, and it does a good job. Let's get to it. Take this bad boy outside, take some photographs, take some video, and come back and give my overall review and if you should buy it or not. Let's go. we're back, folks. Now, is this a good kit lens? Hell yeah. Overall, if you don't own this and you're looking for a kit lens, I would definitely recommend for you to buy it, whether you're on a Panasonic device or a Olympus device over here like I am. For the most part, the lens quality might be a little bit on the lower side, but it's the images and videos that it produces that really matter. Again, I'm going to say what I said at the start. If you're into traveling, vlogging, and you just want a whole lighter setup, then you might want to look into the Olympus pancake lens. That might do you better, but it's more expensive. This lens over here, I picked it up myself from used for £46, which is quite good. So if you find it used between 40 and £50, that's a good ballpark. Or if you want it brand new, I wouldn't suggest paying anything over £100 for it. I think £100 brand new is more than fair, it's more than nice, and it does what it's supposed to do. And like I said, for the price, it's a great lens, terrific lens. Buy it, try it, do whatever the hell you want to do. Is it the best Micro Four Thirds lens for Olympus? No, there's something else here which I've been testing out. It's been 2 months, this one over here. So I've got this little beast over here. Well, it's not a little beast. I've got this big beast over here, the Olympus 12 to 50 millimeters. And this lens over here, let me tell you, this is a good lens. If it wasn't for the size, it would have been terrific, but it's a big lens for what it is. I'm putting that on the Olympus. It's really heavy, so I will be doing my review on this shortly. But between these two, spoiler alert, the 12 to 50 takes the win. The only good thing that has over the 12 to 50 is that it's smaller in size, but I will be doing a review on the 12 to 50 millimeter and do a comparison between the two. Finish things off. For the most part, guys, I absolutely love this lens. Most of you are going to love it too. For vlogging purposes, I already showed you the clips. It's a fairly good lens to vlog. It's a fairly good lens to take pictures. The apertures are fine. The inside mechanisms, the way the lens is, absolutely fine. Picture, quality, colors, everything is good. If you find a decent price on it and you've never tried it, do buy the Olympus M.Zuiko Digital 14 to 42 millimeter MSC. It's going to do you good. And remember what I said at the start, make sure you look out for the lens mount. That's it from me over here at Look Good Tech, guys. I'd really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram as well. Thank you, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.